Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. Come on, buddy. We're going home. Oh, that's going to sit there and be ringing in my ears for a hot minute. Now, we're going to be snippet talking about that and a lot more. We got a lot of soaps to sit there and talk about. Let's sit there and get roll call going and let's get this started. Freddie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Kaiwan is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ryan is in the chat. How you doing tonight? AKA GH Fan. Blackmon, aka Mr. GQ. Queen of the South. How's the lovely queen doing tonight? My gorgeous queen cat lady who is, wow, YouTube is dragging her through hell. We're gonna straighten that shit out. Francis in the chat, how you doing tonight? Freddie, it's good to see you. Big Nate, how you doing tonight? Susan R is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Laura B is in the chat, how you doing tonight? We have a lot to talk about, people. Monique is in the chat, how you doing tonight? I'm doing good, Black Mind. I'm doing good. Cherry Ice Cream is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Of course. You know, I gotta sit there and check up on the lovely queen. You know, Francis, he's gonna kill it. He's going to kill it. Okay, you know how we always do. Oh, and Toya's in the chat. How you doing tonight? I did have a good day because I made it. I made it, so I had a very good day. It was a early morning, but it was a good day though. Freddie says Albert is only one person and cannot get through every comment, so let's be patient with him. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you. Yes, it was. Ryan says I'm feeling petty tonight, so I'll probably be age shaming Drew and Nina tonight. For example, I'm glad Nina didn't break a hip after her talk with Carly. I'm doing good, Lobby. It's good to see you tonight. Francis says I love the death stare. Yes, the beer. Okay. In between. Oh, who other lives are you doing? Joe says, "Yeah, but add my name to Maz." Yes. I don't know what to do about the members. I got you. And it is done. Thank you, Freddie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know, Ryan. I know it sucks. What's good, Dolomedics? I thought it was for one reason. It was something else. I have a feeling it's going to work out, though. I do have a feeling it's going to work out. So, Ronnie Ron, Amber. Francis, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of annoyed by those scenes. Like they didn't really do anything for me, you know? That's the thing that really sucked. Like it didn't really. It was just annoying, you know. For instance, she reminds me of Jordan Howard, and just the over the top monologuing. It was just like, all right, girl, this is just getting annoying. Just says, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do with myself. That's crazy. I made a micro video today, and it took off, and now YouTube won't give me back my channel, and you won't give me back my channel. Back is gone, all of it. Did you start the appeal process though? I could have swore I see one more. There they answer me. Oh shit, Jesus Christ. Yeah. I hope with the new Michael, we legit get a new Michael that's out for revenge. I hope the writers don't boss this like they did with Lulu's return. Let's go, Susan R. I put out more than the usual videos. Now it looks like a scam channel. Jesus Christ. That is so annoying because, like, but, yes. See, that's my thing though, right? They're crazy that they're punishing you for being. Yeah, it is. It is. It's. I'm so shocked and so like upset about the whole thing. Francis says 33 people in the chat and 10 likes. Yes, hit that like button because it really does actually help. It really does. What are you thinking of the new horror? Oh, she's okay. She, I mean, nothing sticks out to her. Nothing sticks out for me so far with her. I'll tell you one thing that sticks out though, that she just turned 18, right? See, like for me, it's legal, right? So I'm like, whatever. But I remember when people was there saying that he was a groomer for going out with Holly, and this chick literally turned 18 years old, right? Yes, thank you, Lord Bing. Is wild they ace her up, so just to have her start bed hopping. What's good, Daniel? Well, Daniel, hopefully they change it around. Because let's be honest. And thank you, Queen of the South. Been a member for 2 months. I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you. You're fucking awesome. He thinks she's older. He met her at a bar. He's assuming she's close to his age, I'm guessing. Yeah. Um, I mean, does he know how old Holly is? You know what, Eagle? It was Cody that pulled Dante aside. That's the thing. Yeah, Dante didn't go to Cody. Cody went to Dante and put him aside. Now Ron says, "What's your opinion on Brady and Bell? Seeing she really in a la la land when it comes to EJ, she really going to ignore all the crap he's done to Brady on the spot." Um. Well. Okay. Hmm. I wouldn't put all that on there, but I mean, she does seem like she's making some heavy ass excuses, though. She does seem like she is making some heavy ass excuses. I'll say that much, Ron. Domek says he definitely knows how old Holly is. The big giveaway is her rushing off the high school. Yeah, and the sad thing is like that shouldn't be funny, but like I mean the chick is 18, right? And again, I know some people will be like, "Oh my God, that's so grooming and everything like that," but like the chick is 18, so like you know. I have my own thing about age gap dating, especially when women sit there and get upset. Because I always notice that the women that generally get upset are the women that's older. And I'm not gonna really. I don't want to sit there and start shitting on older women, but I feel like sometimes when they sit there and look at that, it does come across as a bit bitter. It does. It comes across as a bit bitter. I'll say that much. Bobby says, "What has going on with Ariana and Doug? There's not a lot of posting of episodes recently." Yeah, I noticed that too. Well, the thing is, Ariana is 18. I don't know how old Doug is, but like he just turned 18 when she decided to sleep with Doug. Like, all right, I'm 18, so you can buy me a drink and I can sit there and yeah, Curtis giving Portia the coldest shoulder, and she deserves it, and she deserves it. Oh my God. Hmm. Had to take a drink for that one, Eagle. I don't think women have balls, but I get what you're saying, though, Ron. I do. Well, if she is, yeah, exactly, yeah, and it's really not Laura because it is legal. It is legal. It's just how some people are very judgy. They're very judgy. They're judgy as like seriously they are. Then it says Sunny nor Olivia have any room to judge Lois since Olivia kept Dante a secret. You say so. Say so. How I feel about that. So, but like I said, just on a positive note, right now, Ryan, um, I'm very excited for Rory. I think that's his name, Roy, or his name is Roy. They didn't use him properly. They didn't use him properly on Young and Restless. I tell you that much, Ryan. Um, oh shit. Okay, we are moving up. Okay, thank you, Francis. 36 and 16 likes. Just kind of need to move it up a little bit more. Eagle says Gio and Trina have more in common than her and Kai. Well, the thing is, Lobby, it's actually in the it's actually in the promo. Like it's literally after the episode. Yeah, Lorby. No, it's actually in the episode. It's literally like yeah. No, I'm just saying, Lorby. Like it's literally in the promos. Um, so it's not like inside information that we didn't get to sit there and see. Autumn says, Albert, their smugness comes off of Drew and Willow today was disgusting. Because let's be real, Carly was right when she said Drew does not have a say in their. Yeah, exactly, and I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, no, and like I said, yeah, it's fun, Laura being because I know that there have been a certain level of well, it's not just on the website, Ryan. It's literally after the episode. But it's cool, Laura, because I know some people do come in and they're like, they just start spoiling stuff like for the next day, the next episode. So I get that. First says why Ava wasn't at the nurses' ball. That's a really good question. I mean, I didn't. Yeah, that's a good question. What's good? I met ahead. Freddie says Albert, the GH cliffhanger ending was so great. That was the only thing that was interesting to me. Brian says, no, I know what you're talking about, and that was something separate. No, no, I know. Right. I'm just meant to saying, is some people do come in here and they will just sit there and start spoiling stuff. Like they'll get it from a website or whatever, like from a separate website or whatever, and they'll sit there and start spoiling stuff. We didn't do that, so I was just clarifying that. That's all. Damn, I didn't actually have any of this. You know that? Okay, here's the thing. What's good, Island Breeze? You really shouldn't have had Josh and Trina perform together. It was like listening to Taylor Swift and Brandy. Oh, and Brand. Oh, it was like listening to Taylor Swift and Brandy doing a duet that just felt off. Mm. Autumn says, I'm tired of being pushing this Dusty. Oh, this Dusty Destiny talk about Brooke and Ridge is really getting old at this point. It is, Autumn. And I, what's good, Krista? It is. I'm glad that you said that, Autumn, because, like, it was so. Cheers, my dear Francis. It was so annoying because she still wants him back. I'm like, yo, how, like, and she says it so like firmly, like we're not done yet. We're gonna sit there and get back together. And just like, girl, how des? It's like how desperate can one person be? And we gotta talk about Beyond the Gates too. We gotta talk about Beyond the Gates. Ron says Albert when Belle told Brady that she is with EJ, I was like she should have said that I have an addiction for EJ because that's no effing relationship or being together. Okay. All right, bro. I get it. You don't like EJ with what you call it. Got it. But yeah, I mean, me, I skip through the performances. Okay, here's my thing. What threw me off today with Drew. Now, listen, I'm not gonna sit there and say that Drew is the worst character ever. I've seen characters worse than him. Luke and Spencer is worse than him, and I stand by that 10 goddamn toes down. But when Willow was like, me and Drew decided that, as far as that schedule, Michael should be with the kids. I was like, wait, hold on. Why is Drew in your decision making when it comes towards Michael and how much time he should sit there and see his kids? Like, why are you factoring his opinion? Those aren't his goddamn kids. That's when I was just like, all right, this is Ryan. I'm just gonna put it this way, and I'm not gonna really do a back and forth thing. I'm gonna say this once so we can just move on. When it comes towards sexually assaulting someone, for me, that's unforgivable. So it's unforgivable. It is no, you don't just. That's not something you just sit there and say, "Oh well, I just learned from my mistake." Like no, certain like that's the murdering of a soul. So no, I no, absolutely not, absolutely not. And that's just my opinion, and you can disagree with me, and that's fine. But me, absolutely not. Francis says, Albert, is Maurice Johnson coming back to Beyond the Gates? So a pop up. I doubt it. I think once he's out, like he's out. I don't see him come back on, which is okay. But no, they once they made that announcement that he is the role replayed by so and so, they're not gonna sit there and just swap them back in. Yeah. So that's gonna be a no comprende on that one. Nope, Francis, I do not see that happening. Double C. I just find it crazy. Okay. Bill Mack says Luke didn't grow. Luke just called it a bad night and acted like it didn't happen. Luke never really learned from his mistake. People just learn to accept his flaws. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Like he didn't. Ron says I agree with you there. I think what happened is that the writers did that before making him a full-time cast member. He was supposed to be killed off. They wouldn't have it. Okay, but Smith is saying okay. That's not an excuse though. That's not an excuse. I'm sorry. That's not an excuse. Well, if he would have been a full-time, it doesn't matter. He did what he did, and that's just the bottom line. We're not going to sit there and use that as an excuse, like, oh, well, if he was no, he did what he did. It is what it is, and that's the history of it, and it's not changing. So I get what you're saying, but no. But I honestly tell you the truth, I'm not going to sit there and practically sit there and kind of listen to someone defend a sexual predator or someone who sexually assaulted someone. Not doing it. So let's move on. And 1 second, Ron. Autumn says, now that Willow finds out that Drew is a trash human being, I don't want Willow whining and crying to anyone. I don't want her running back to Michael like, "Oh, I want you back." Yeah, that I will agree. That I will agree. That I will 100% agree. Oh, Lakeisha, damn, it's good to see you again. Double C, it was good. It was good. That was you literally missed the best part. It was good, Lashanta. Ron says I'm still hoping for Philip to have Xander arrested for attempted murder. Well, if you saw the previews, he actually does get arrested, Ron. Did you see the previews? I get what you're saying. I do. I get what you're saying. But yeah, that's not even like I said. regardless of what they would have did or what they wouldn't have done. I know. I'm just saying, like, regardless of what they would have done or they wouldn't have actually done, it doesn't matter. He did it. It is what it is. So let's just. Bobby says, "Why does Xander beat Philip?" Because Philip decided to steal the drug to save Bo, and Xander wants to sit there and try to buy the company. Xander wants to sit there and buy the company, and he already was angry with Philip for lying about how he inherited part of the company. So when he exactly so when he saw he did that, like, that was literally about it. I'm gonna say, could you see Willow getting with Isaiah down the line? I think he needs to dodge a bullet. So Shanta says, "Did you hear Drew say?" Yeah, I did. I did, and I was, and thank you, Lashanta, because that was something else that rubbed me the wrong way with Drew. Right? That's like, I, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, keep him away. When he said that, I was like, yo, that was. Also, he keeps like they're talking about, oh, we're gonna move to DC. I was like, yo, did you even talk to Willow before you just decide to start telling people that you're gonna move to DC? Like you used to say, your sentiments about Luke is how I feel about Jack and EJ from Days. Did you mean EJ? Oh, Jack and EJ from Days. Yeah, exactly. You can't. That's what like they're trying to tell Ryan, you know, because I'm like, listen, as bad as Drew is, Luke is still worse. And I know where he was that they're trying to go with whatever, but the point is, we're not erasing history. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So I totally understand that. Ron says, Albert, in the promo, do you think that Kate was behind their arrest? Yeah, yes. Eagle says, I'm not picking on the kids, but I'm picking on the kids at a team. They had those kids lip singing and it was so out of tone. Yeah, I had to skip past that shit. Like I yeah, I heard about it. I heard about it. Um I was not putting my ears through that. Island says Willow should have never signed. She keeps jumping from relationship to relationship. She always in need of saving. Um, sign what? You mean sign the papers for Drew? Is that it? I don't understand. She shouldn't have signed what papers? The papers that will have Drew have custody of the kids if something happens, Ivan? Oh, Lakeisha watched me on the gates. Sean said this Michael will kick Drew's ass. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't literally see that happening. Have you not sit there? Have you not seen Michael? Have you not seen Drew? Oh, okay. Cat Lady said, Albert, did Brock change his channel name? Good question. Check it out. I haven't really got a chance to really watch Brock in a while, so that's going to be news to me too. What's good, Connor? Connor said, just letting you know that the graduate, about the graduate, my MA, and oh, nice. Okay, congratulations. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, wow. Yeah, Buchanan TV. I like it. And he has a new logo. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, okay. Writing something like 3 times is not going to make me want to read it faster. I already kind of like moved on from it. This is why they shouldn't have temporary they this is why they shouldn't have temporary characters, because you never know if they will become popular, then be put on contract. They made this mistake with Luke and then with Sonny. Doesn't change anything, but okay. Yeah, I haven't yeah, it's just so tough to sit there and try to watch other people though. Yeah, I saw it, Francis. Um when I got done my GH review, I went on YouTube, I saw it. Of course, my love, of course. Thanks, it's been a very rough education. But thankfully it's all over. Yes. Congratulations, man. Seriously, when you come in, let me know when you graduate, all right? What else am I missing? Trying to add everyone again. I did not get a chance to check it out. I didn't even get a chance to check out this week's Hollywood. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, then I'll watch the clips afterwards. But I still do have it saved on my on my email. So thank you for sending it to me. Because like the thing is, like now though, makes when you do send me stuff, I can actually sit there and have context behind it a little bit. What's good, Jonathan? But yes, thank you again, because it's still in my email file. So yes, I did, Jonathan. Freddie says, so I bet today was Roy's first day as Michael. What do you think? I think he actually did really well. I think he did really well. It's his first time, and it was only a couple of lines. So like, but I think he's actually going to do great. I've seen. Here's the thing. I've seen him on The Young and Restless, and he's a good actor. They just didn't give him anything to do though. Dominic says, no worries. I'm just sending you some old highlights so you can learn some of the rivalries and big characters. No, no, I appreciate that. Seriously, I do. I just don't want you to sit there and think I was ignoring it. That's all. Yes. Wink, wink was good. Is exactly, exactly, Jonathan. Exactly. Sean says Wiley would never accept you as a father, or should he? Jonathan, I said that in my opening. Jonathan, I said it in my opening review. Joseph said that we look for our channel. Okay, so I'm starting over. Thank you, Medics. Queen Jess. All right. What do you think of new Michael? I had to sit there and ask him once you came in. Ryan says, what do you think of Marco being a contract character? What do you think of the character in general? I think he's going to add a certain level of mystery, and I'm looking forward towards the scene with Lucas. But being on contract that fast is like wow, like that is hella fast. I'm a little surprised, but I didn't know he was actually going to be on contract. GH. Dominic says, "No, I never think that I'm going to see some more stuff of Nancy and Sienna feud next." Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, Jess, Cat Lady, she lost her channel. Yes, Francis. Actually, to tell you the truth, I knew about that because of Cat Lady. I saw it on her post. Ron says, "What if Duck ends up being with both mothers and daughter, meaning Gabby and?" That'd be kind of weird. Um, she just turned 18. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm fine with the age gap because she is technically legal, but I know that the internet is going to chew Dog's character up. Yes, and you know why, Jess? According to YouTube, she posted too much stuff, and they thought that her channel was a scam channel because she was posting so much stuff. So because she was apparently being too creative, YouTube decided to punish her. I mean, like as far as actors, right? As far as actors, right, Jonathan? Well, yeah, actors wise, yes. See, that's the problem, though, right, Jonathan? Because especially with her literally, yeah. But as far as character goes, we don't know how old Doug is. All we know is that he needs to sit there and get his GED because he's been out of high school for a while. Well, how long has he been? How long has he been without? How long has he been not out of high school for? His interest was weird to you. See, this is why Jess needs to get a channel. And those kids, yeah, we not. You're going. Dog is in his 20 something, 20 something, like what, 25, 27, 29. You see what I'm saying, though, right, Jonathan? I still want Audrey. Audrey, he's sneaky. What makes you think of that, Sean? I mean, besides the fact that Audrey looks good, what gave you that indication? You know, if they did, I wouldn't have noticed. If they did, I wouldn't even have noticed. What's good, Spencer? Is that your feeling? They gave Wiley out of tune. I'm dead. It's so okay, but no, no, no. Okay, but just what do you? I don't know. I don't know what that is, Jonathan. Is that the couple's name? Is that a couple's name, Jonathan? Dolly? What's that? Dolly? Dondriana? But what made her character? I'm just curious of what made it so weird. I mean, I don't really do couples, but oh, the thing is, Jonathan, like it's hard. It's I can't tell. Like I don't do couples, but if I had to sit there and say between Holly and Ariana's still new, right? Holly's been there longer, so we gotta sit there. Like for me, I would have to sit there and wait and see how. Okay, no, I got you. But I'm saying no, it's her first day. So like I don't. It's like I need to get a good sense of her character before I can sit there and even say, well, who would be a better fit for Dell, right? Because we've seen Holly the longest, so like we don't really exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm sitting there saying. Joe says, "I love that he walked in and took his son and walked out and drew and Drew didn't even try to stop him. Uh, I don't know if that made sense. But it's hard to tell though. You know what I'm saying? Like Ryan says, what contract character on GC do you think is the most expendable at this point? I would say either Kai or Marco, but Marco is brand new, so we'll see if he builds more friendships in the town. The problem, okay, you know the problem is though, Ryan, is Kai is an undeveloped character. Like, oh, Drew can definitely sit there and stop Michael if he wants to. Let's not get it twisted. We can definitely sit there and see a size difference between those two. Just as Dante was mad for a little bit, then he was like, okay, I expected more. Well, we gotta see how he interacts with Brooklyn. We gotta see how he interacts with Brooklyn because Cody, okay, yeah, exactly, Spencer. Let's be honest, he's there to be Trina's boyfriend. That's what he's there for. But how he handles how he handles Brooklyn is going to be the determined factor. What kind of question is that? Ron says, Albert, why wouldn't you agree with Doug getting with both mother and daughter? Because that's gross. That's nasty, Ron. Like, no normal person wants to sit there and get together with with their daughter and their mother. Like, what? I can't even say that sentence without feeling like I'm about to throw up. Sean says Dex talked to Kai before he died by Cyrus. It was his last scene. I don't remember that, but it was so long ago. I'll take your word for it. But no, it just let's put it this way. Yes, and that's the thing, Spencer. They blended in the crappy musical scenes with the drum, so they did a good job. Because like people sitting there telling me about the Wiley and Scout scene that I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching that shit. Oh fuck, we did not even sit there and talk about Beyond the Gates too. All right, Cat Lady, you're in the chat. You know what? You had a rough day. You had a rough day, Cat. Uh, I'll blame my hangover on Jess. Yeah, I was just about to sit there and say that. I was just about to sit there and say, I was like, why the hell do we have to sit there and like Shakira? Days was so good today. What's good, Shakira? Why did we need to sit there? Oh, and yeah, we're gonna talk about that next. Thank you, Jonathan. Liz and Lucas was entirely pointless. They were. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really give two shits about Kai and Trina out there. Jonathan, I'm so glad that you just sit there and bring that up. Because Vanessa was out of pocket. Vanessa was out of pocket. I was like, girl, if you do not shut your ass up and go sit in the goddamn corner somewhere. I'm like, you had the audacity to sit there and judge him about his cheating ways when, and I don't generally try to slut shame people, but like, you've been with so many goddamn men in this town and you want to, like, we not going to do that. Ryan, that shows you exactly how well they treat their iconic characters, right? Shows you exactly how they treat. Ooh, Francis says Vanessa got on my nerves. She has no right to preach the tag when she sees with everyone. Yo, she's hiring male escorts. What the f- are we doing at this point? Yes, I understand the whole ride or die thing as far as friends, but like, get the fuck out of here. Just that this was a good Nurses World, though. Lots of action, but the entertainment was the worst of this year. I don't remember when it was ever actually good, but which show should I watch first? Oh, that's a good one. Well, if you saw Days, because I would sit there and say Days first, just because I couldn't get through the performances. But in all reality, I would. Oh, that's a tough one. Days of GH. I guess you couldn't go. I guess you couldn't go wrong with either one. If you're a John Black fan and you are a fan of the actor, oh well then I would sit there and say Days. Although no, fuck that. I would sit there and say GH. GH first, Days second. Yo, the actress that playing Ciara, I feel like her acting got worse. Like those scenes. mm, I will take your word for it, Francis. I will take your word for it. I don't do the whole musical stuff, but I will take your word for it. Yeah, they went to high school together. They went to high school together. And I think she also like represented him or something. Ambio? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I do not know what that says. Yeah. No, no, she was not. She was actually not on today, Shakira. She was on yesterday. Yeah, like Vanessa was out of pocket. I can't do this whole Leslie shit. Ryan says, which age character depth upset you the most? I don't think it was a depth that really upset me. Depths don't really upset me. They just, I don't know. I wouldn't sit there and say any of the depths actually upset me of any of the shows. Because like right now they're talking about John Black's or the actor that plays John Black and his death and everything. So let's go, LaShawn. Gave you some feelings. It didn't give me feelings. It felt like a real funeral. That's all. I I process things a little bit differently, Ryan. I kind of, for me personally, I kind of have to sit there and separate the deaths of the actors on the show from my own personal life, from my own mental health. So maybe I just kind of process it a little bit differently, if that makes sense. It's like this is the reason why I don't really watch a lot of Maurice Bernard's um, shows, because yeah. Francis says, "Do you think Michael really done with Victor?" Yo, that was a hard scene right there towards the end. I genuinely felt I can't. What's good, Tracy? Sees I can't believe I'm sitting there saying this, but I genuinely felt bad for Victor, and I think that Michael was a goddamn coward that kowtowed to his difficult, annoying as. Oh, what did you write? Michael took them kids hoping Dante doesn't get mad at my Lulu. It's not on my birthday this December. Put me on Jay's. What? Oh, okay. You just wrote some weird shit. What the fuck did you just write? Oh, Dante doesn't get mad at Lulu. What universe does that make sense where she doesn't get mad, where he doesn't get mad at Lulu for? I don't think he's going to get mad at Lulu. Well, he might actually get mad at Lulu. And to be honest, Lulu need to hey, come on, my. Well, let me try to shape this differently. Hold on. I'm gonna get to you in a second, Spider. Let me answer Ron's 50th question. Ron says, Albert, I know a lot of people in the comments would be upset with me, but I don't like this news, Sophia. Oh, no, 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 no. I actually tell you the truth. Nobody's going to be upset with you about that. Thank you. Well, I don't know if she was trying to spite Brooklyn, but it wasn't her goddamn business. Like, let's be honest. Oh shit! What? Only 25 and 25 likes. Come on, people, hit that like button. I don't think that she did it out of spite, but people told her not to do it. I mean, Spider, I get that you want to be ride or die for Lulu. It doesn't matter how much you love a character or whatever. You got to sit there and start pointing out when they start doing some real butt ugly shit. Um, she literally uprooted that man's life. And then she stands there in the bathroom like, oh my God, what did I just do? I'm like, you stupid idiot. You had three people sit there and tell you not to do that. And you still did it anyway. What's good, Jay? What's good, Jay Blue? And you still did it anyway. And then he says, oh, come on, Albert. Come on, what? What the fuck are we supposed to be coming on to? The fact that Lulu is just self-centered. She has main character syndrome. The fuck are we actually coming on to? I don't even understand that. Oh, you saw the clip though, right, Jonathan? Where he was like, she was like, "I'm going to protect my grandchild," and he was like, "Is that a threat?" And I'm like, "Yo, listen, she had main cat. She did not give two flying fucks about anybody else. She didn't care about the child's feelings. She didn't care about um. She did what she wanted. Okay, hold on. However, I admit she shouldn't have said it. I get it. Shouldn't have been Lois or Brooklyn, but they was never going to tell the truth. So, I, you know what? I can't. like I can't. No. What she did was fucking reckless. Let's just be honest. Lulu keep acting like she was doing everyone a favor. The Michael Baldwin of the effing chat. Jonathan, you better not sit there and leave my side like Michael Baldwin did and Young and Restless. The thing is, for any of the Young and Restless fans that are out there, he didn't do it because it was the right thing for him to do. He did it because his annoying, difficult, controlling wife told him to do it. That's the truth of the matter. Spencer says, Yaba, do you think it was right for Lulu to spill the beans, or do you think it was stupid? It was definitely stupid. It was definitely stupid, Spencer, with a capital S. Good, Jonathan. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie. I know it was bad, but I did feel bad for Victor though, right? Because he didn't just lose a lawyer. In a sense, he kind of lost a son. Yeah, that was stupid with a capital S, Spencer. He lost a son in a sense. You have a great night, Francis. Thank you for joining. Oh shit, it's only 9 o'clock. Damn. Shit. Jay Blue says even when Lois told Lulu that Brooklyn didn't know about Gio, Lulu shook her head in disbelief. She only sees Brooklyn as a liar and a person that tried to come between. Yeah, she's been hanging on to that shit for like a hot effing minute. Oh Lord. But what Lois and Brooklyn did was wrong, so I'm with Lulu telling the truth. Plus, Lulu and Dante might get together. What's good, Mika? Okay, you know what? Chat, Spider, I do apologize in advance because we gonna do this. I still want y'all to become members. Okay, I still want y'all to become members. Spider, I appreciate you. Spider, you're gonna be a good sport tonight. You're going to be a good sport tonight. I want everyone to sit there and take a look at the pin comment. I want everyone to sit there and just kind of see what the like. Hey, good. Well, I mean, I was going to do it other way, Spider, but thank you for approving it. Thank you for approving something that I was going to do anyway. I appreciate that. I want everyone to sit there and read this shit. But what Lois and Brooklyn did was so was wrong. So I'm with Lulu telling the truth. Cat lady, you stop it. You know I love you. Plus, Dante might get together again. So why would she want to keep a secret that can break up their marriage? Wine was actually good today, Mikhail. Wine was actually good today. When you get a chance, definitely check it out. The, my favorite stuff was the Michael and Victor scene. Island says Lulu is a goddamn busybody. Yeah, yeah. Josh says funny thing is years ago Sonny learned Dante was his son when he was at odds with him, and now Dante learns that yeah. Well, they did that on purpose, though. Yes. No, Smart, I give you a certain level of credit because you are. What's good last day? You ready to cook tonight? You are mounting up one hell of a defense, my guy. Ron says, do you feel like everyone is taking advantage of Sophia and making a total fool of her if they told her to jump? No, I don't think that they're making a fool of her. I think that she wants to kind of please Tate, though. We're gonna be honest. Okay, that's fine. I think you're kind of being more fueled by your fan, by you being a fan of Lulu. Plus, it's not Lulu's fault. Geo overheard. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Spider, you got some. Yeah, you got quite a way of logically trying to twist things around. Maybe you could be my second lawyer. Spencer says when Carly was talking to Lulu, the idiot, it sounded like Carly learned her lesson from the '90s from keeping the truth. Yes, I agree with that. Makes me miss Kelly. Who's Kelly, John? I, Lord B, that's why I put his thing in the. That's why I put his comment in the pin comment, just that the secret needed to come out. But Lulu stuck her nose. It just to get back at Brooklyn and ruin hurt everyone in the process. Yes. Okay, Monica. Yes. Well, I don't necessarily agree with the last part, but I do get what you're saying. Um, she, at the end of the day, what did I say wrong this time? What did I say wrong this time, my love? Fucking love you. Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. Apparently, there's more to that tape than just him walking in the room with the gun. It's like, oh, okay. Ryan says, in all fairness, if I was Lulu's shoes, I would feel uncomfortable keeping that secret. I just don't think she did it for the right reasons. So you're kind of siding more with Jess. Last day says Willow is going to cry and go. He took my son. Yeah, now you love your children. Okay, let's go with that. Let's see, do I feel like actually having a? Do I feel like actually having a debate with with last day? What's my patience level tonight? Johnson says, I'm telling you, signs are pointing to her being an actual culprit. What signs? I'm like, no, what signs? I mean, she always loved her children. I'm gonna sit there and say something controversial. All right, here we go. Let's not all try to come at my neck all at once because I can only read so much stuff at a time. Um, I mean, the thing is, though, last day she always loved the children. She has not always made the best decision making skills as far as having Drew have input on like today. Today I was like, all right, now she's out of pocket, but she's always loved the children. It has that. I mean, you can believe what you want, but she's always loved the children. I think it was out of pocket when she was trying to factor Drew's opinion on the custody with her and Michael. I thought that was out of pocket. I thought her not wanting joint custody was out of pocket. But I'm not gonna sit there and co-sign that she doesn't love her children. But okay, that's your opinion, and I respect it. Jay Blue says I'm probably in a minority, but I enjoyed the performances. I even cried with those kids saying off key. It's your opinion, and I respect it. Yeah, you're right, Ron. I'm in denial. What am I in denial today? Oh, okay. What's good, Deluxe? Bobby says, I'm with you, Albert. Willow loves her kids, but her choices are, yeah, her choices may not exactly be the best, but like, you know, Okay. All right, if you think so, Island. If you think so, but we can agree to disagree on that though. Um, Deluxe says the old Michael couldn't have pulled off that sentence. We can agree to disagree on that. I will say this much though, Deluxe. I am actually, you will see the truth. You know, Jonathan, if that's the case, I will sit there and admit that I was wrong, and I will sit there and carry my L very proudly. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Alan. I just, you know, Amelia's next. I do too, Spencer. Like I said, I've seen him on Young and Restless, where they didn't even really get him that much material, right? And honestly, tell you the truth, and I'm gonna sit there and say, "What's good, Danny R?" I'm gonna sit there and say something else. I think that Chad Duell was a decent actor. I don't think that he was. Oh my God, he was flowing. He was over the top. Like he was a decent actor. So as long as Rory plays him just like how he's playing him now and can get upset and kind of get angry and stuff like that, I think he's going to do fine. The bar is not that high. I'm going to owe you an apology. What the fuck are you talking about? Ryan says you're going to owe me and Jonathan an apology for saying that Rachel is the one that pow pow her uncle. That is hilarious. Uh, you Joe says I like him on why not. Oh, we got a new person in the chat. Chiron? Is that how you pronounce your name, Chiron? Let's everyone welcome Chiron. Yes, Spider, that is the real cat lady. Her channel got nuked, and it's unfortunate she got to start. I don't even feel like re-saying that. 'Cause I'm already annoyed by it. Yes, that is the real cat lady. Cat lady. I'm gonna let you explain that one. I think that's her middle name. Fuck you, taking too long. That's her middle name. Yes, exactly. Welcome, Chiron. Yeah, Spider. Apparently, she was doing too much as a creator. Sometimes YouTube could just be like the fucking Wild West. So, what? And Spider says, "Damn, cat lady, what you do?" Ron says, "Joe, I'm disappointed with you because you never said you would let Albert touch you, but you turned around and you do the opposite, and now you're pregnant with a child." Oh, Ron, that's wow. That's uh, I needed that laugh. I needed that laugh. Oh God, damn. That's why I not did a little research for it. Just is Ron just giving peak content? He's just giving he's giving peak content. Joe said I did more videos than normal and they think I'm a scammer. My Michael video today would got a lot of views and YouTube took it. Yeah, that sucks. And okay. Big Samuel, what's good, Samuel? And Danny R knows what you're talking about. Because Danny R has been nuked like so many goddamn times. Eagle says, "Oh, I can predict the future, and the future is telling me that the real OG Michael will return in 5 reels, and the current Michael will be Drew Kane's long lost son." Okay. Okay. All right. That's okay. Tired as hell. I'm bashing Lulu. Maybe that I had the same reaction when Samantha said, "No, yo, Spider, yo, I can't. I listen. This is no offense to you, okay? But I feel like Samantha has this Gen Z, Gen X shit that ain't working for me. Okay, it ain't. It's not working for me. Hmm, that's a good question, chat. Will there be a new episode? Will there be a new episode on Monday? I hate kids. Jesus Christ. Okay, Samuel. Johnson says you mean Gen Z. Okay, thank you. Yes, Gen Z. Thank you. Yes, but I said that in my review. I was like, yeah. When she was like, no cap, and I'm like, thank you, Alan, and thank you, Ryan. When she was like, no cap, I'm like, please stop. Okay. Yeah, Chelsea needs to go. Chelsea Hamilton needs to go and Beyond the Gates. That chick needs to go. She needs to go. She never needs to come back. And I honestly tell you the truth, I think that the actress would be better used on Beyond the Gate. I mean, on Bold and the Beautiful. We don't talk like this. I've never said that word no cap in my entire life. I mean, well, you don't talk like that. Like, you don't talk like that. We're not going to sit there and say the rest of the kids in your generation don't talk like that. You don't talk like that. Brockway, what's good, Brockway? Ryan says, by the way, if Sonny listens to Nino on Tuesday and basically sides with both Michael again, then I will lose my mind. Well, let's not have you lose your mind over a soap opera. Let's not do that. Oh, and you know what? I'm tipsy enough to sit there and say this to the chat. I'm not gonna sit there and sugarcoat this because I think one day I'm probably just gonna sit there and say this out loud. I like Chelsea beyond the gates. That's cool. Ryan, you are. Yeah, You're the Nina Reese's child. That's what you are. You are the Nina Reese's child. There, I said it. Some do sadly. It's bad for the soul. That's the figure of speech, and you know it. I know, all right, I know. Like I said, you're the Nina Reese's child. I just want you to know that. But if it says, I looks like we're back to the Bill Danny stuff is back next week, and I'm happy. You're happy for it. Wow. Okay. All right. It's trust me. It's really not. It's really not. How about you just take my word for it? Just say, yeah, this slang gonna be on the gates is so cringe. Just yeah, it's cringe. It's bad. It's bad. Last I said this is why I don't watch Beyond the Gates because it's a bad representation of what Gen Z is or it is that talk like we're stupid. I don't know, Ryan. No, I do know. No. I'll tell you what, Ryan. Maybe because you've actually been a lot better, I may sit there and come up with a different name for you if I'm not too lazy. I'm pretty lazy. Just says I'm enjoying Leslie, but she's still cartoonish. She monologues every single scene she's in like it's getting tiring. Yeah, and that's the thing though. That's the thing. We went from one bad extreme with Danny. Oh, trust me, Ryan, you'll take it as a compliment one day. One day. Okay, Ryan, pitch me a better name. Pitch me a better name, and I will sit there and think about it. Samuel says kids on any soaps is horrible. Them kids on J's gets on my nerves too. I'm good. I'm good, Kyron. How you doing today? Yeah, no. Island. Ryan's just kidding. But no, Ryan, pitch me a better nickname. Ryan, pitch me a better nickname. Link says, why do Gen X and millennials think Gen Z only talks in slang? No one of Not one of my little Gen Z cousins talk like Samantha and Tyrell. Yes. Now Joe says everyone's still enjoying the new Ted. Okay, pitch me two. Pitch me two. All right, give me two names. And that's the question from Joe from the chat. Is anyone enjoying the new Ted besides me? So it's apparently, yeah. Is anyone else enjoying the new Ted? Last he says hope she's. Oh God. Okay, you know what? All right, you're off the hook. You're off the hook, Spider. I'm gonna take another drink just because of it. For now. For now. Yes, Jess. I agree with that. Oh God, I'm gonna get to that comment in 1 second. Last it says, hope she's back to being an idiot. What was the point of telling Carter Liam is dying? She could have said, I want to be with you. I don't want to be with you. Well, then right now, then you're the Nina Reese's child. I gave you an option. I don't give most people an option. Samuel says, I think a lot of y'all are misunderstanding that Beyond the Gates is doing classic soap opera. Leslie's monologues are funny and intriguing. I disagree with that, but that's just my opinion. Here's my thing with that sentence. Let me get to it in 1 second, Ryan, if I remember. I think it was just mind games. That's all. I think it was just mind games. But I'll get to it in more detail in a second, though. Now, Samuel says, I think a lot of y'all are misunderstanding that Beyond the Gates is doing classic soaps. But see, that's the thing, though. See, that's I understand where that's coming from a little bit, but then you say it's Leslie monologue. No, Leslie's monologues are funny. It's not funny. It's funny to the individual that finds it funny. See, for me, I don't think that it's funny. I think that it's annoying. And I don't think that's intriguing. I think it's just straight up fucking annoying. Um, and then saying that it's class, it gets tired, and she does exactly. That's what I'm sitting there saying though, Jess. Like, it's not a level of thank you, Jonathan. It's not a level of misunderstanding. It's just like as we're interpreting it as annoying, and it's not making me feel any better every time I sit there and watch it. So while I do understand like the thought process of where Samuel's coming from, I think from my interpretation of how I'm looking at it, I'm not getting enjoyment out of it. It's just fucking annoying. And it just goes right back to that Jordan Howard shit over again. But that's just my opinion. And I respect yours. And yeah, she's the female old tab thing. She's the female old tab thing. Sammy says if you have watched Sheila, it was the same thing in the early days. I probably would have said the same thing. So, you're probably right. But. Okay, now Wink says she's the female old tab being over the top. Yes. It's just the way that Turtleneck Ted acted that just didn't work for me. It's the worst show out of the I want to say it's the worst show out of the soaps boring. You're talking about Beyond the Gates? People says so after Curtis dealt with Drew, he's planning on divorcing Portia. Happy night, Ryan, aka Nina Reeves. Do you come up with something different? You're gonna be in Nina Reeves' chat. But have a good weekend now. Even Helena Casson was monologuing ish. Okay, you know what? I mean, I here's the thing. I pinned it last day's comment for a reason. And I think deep down, last day knows exactly why I pinned that comment. Johnson says, do you think Curtis and Drew will eventually get into a fist fight? No. And I think it's just more of of where we are, like just how people are just so sensitive. Like I'm surprised that we saw a slap fight between Nina and Carly. I'm still thrown by that shit. I am still thrown by that. But then it raised the question though. I don't know, like why are people still watching, right? Because I've said that for years, and when I used to do reviews on it, um, it got a lot of numbers, high numbers. Oh, even higher than my G's review. So like people are watching it, right? But then you gotta sit there and ask, why are people still watching, right? Kevin says, well, what happened when Willow tells Michael she went to Germany? Him and yeah, you know what? Yes, that's going. Yes, Kevin. I deciphered what you actually said this time, but yes. Oh, last day, last day, last day, last day. What am I gonna do with you last day? I mean, 1 minute. I know people could sit there and say, "Oh, I can't remember shit." 1 minute. The sad thing, you look at Hope in a different light, and you was like, "Geez, she really loved Leah." Then the next minute, you know, now that she's back with Carter, Hope is a goddamn idiot. And I wonder what changed. I wonder what changed, old boy. I wonder what changed. Oh, Paris is sharing. Let's see what's going on with him. You too, Jay Blue. Thank you for joining. Okay. Who does not love anyone? Hey, Kevin. I had to sit there and peek in the Carisha stream. Last day says, okay, I only like Hope if last day says, okay, I only like Hope if she's with Liam. I think we all figured that out. It's the only way she's ever likable to me. There you go. I mean, that wasn't exactly a mystery, but I just want to call it out. I mean, last day at the end of the day, it's a soap opera. I'm not. She is a succubus. That's true, Kevin. It is nice that you did sit there and you actually admitted that. So you get some points for that. You get some points for that. I will sit there and say that you get some points for that. But what the hell do we need to actually do? What the? Okay. Well, technically, since he did actually pull it out first, I guess I kind of took. Um, Lobby said, "There you go, Albert. You made it a trend." Oh, Lobby, it feels so good. I'm joking, but I'm also being dead ass serious too. God, lady, what you got a problem with that? What did I do? What did I do wrong? You know I love you. What did I do wrong? I'm sitting there looking at the picture, right? Like Kyrie's posted, he's doing his stream. He has his picture, and I'm doing my stream and I have my picture. But Kyrie did actually go to some work, edited it, changed it, and everything. I didn't agree with. I don't. I don't agree with you at all. That's fair. Corby, that's why we can always agree to disagree, especially when it comes to these soap operas. Kylie being a bad fucking girl. Fucking love her. Shit. But I do need to see something. And that's the thing though, Island. Yeah, it's going to be on Tuesday, so that's going to be interesting. Um, has actually been pretty good. Days have been pretty good as well. Let me make sure that I took. There we go. That's the money shot. Yeah. I'm looking forward towards that. But yes, we can always agree to disagree because these are just. Kevin, what did you say? Do you think Dante is going to yell at Brooklyn and chew her out for lying? Um, he should. Like he should, if we're gonna be honest. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. He should. Yeah, he definitely should. Fair and square. What the fuck are you talking about? Lobby says Lois put the baby with family and never told Brooklyn about it. Yeah, I mean that was foul, but I understand what she did. What she did. Sorry, just had to sit there and pop in Kyrie's stream and kind of troll him for a hot minute. Johnson says, I don't think Brooklyn deserves as much smoke as you think. She deserves some smoke, but not more than others. Care to elaborate on that? I want to hear why you feel the way that you feel. Very, very, very curious. What else have? I think I kind of did. Well, we'll talk more about Beyond the Gates tomorrow because, like, I feel like there's much more that we could sit there and talk about Beyond the Gates. Kevin says, "What about Lulu? Do you think that? What do you think about Lulu? Do you think that's going to be mad? Wait, do you think that Dante is going to be mad at Lulu? Is that what you're asking? Because if you're asking that, then yes. Um, Freddie says, "Well, I enjoyed myself tonight on tonight's live stream. One thing, I did my job. Have a wonderful weekend and more. Yes, more weekend. Yes." You have a great night, Freddie. It was great to see you. It's been far too long, and thank you for joining tonight. Thank you for joining tonight. Oh, August Jones. Everyone should be mad at Lulu. Everyone should be mad at Lulu. Oh, they have one. Yeah, but everyone, Albert, and everyone have a terrific weekend. You too, and I will. But you too. Okay, now Johnson says yes. Lulu probably should told Dante at some point, but in her defense, it was a painful decision for her and someone she didn't like to think about, but she didn't know the baby she gave up was Gio that she birthed. Au- August says, I think it should be the law be mad at Lulu. I support that. Wow. Jonathan, You're an awesome person. See, because you have something that I don't have, sympathy and compassion. And I appreciate that in you. So always know that. Always know that. Of course, they haven't. I haven't seen you in a couple of months. Like, damn, I was like, yo, what's going on? Like that happened. You know my channel. Like, where the hell have you been at? Where have you been at? It's been far too long. I hate that GH is rewriting history. I can see that, and I'm not a fan of this whole Brooklyn and what you call it, lying and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of that either. So I'm with you on that. Like Brooklyn lying and being deceitful on a totally different level. August says it's not even what Lulu did, which is terrible, is how she did it. And why? Insufferable Sam should rise up and haunt her. Wow, that's interesting. I'm on Ghost Sam raging, give me back my liver use. That's wow, that's good. That's good. Okay. Dablin says I've been fine. I just took a mental break on Facebook news. You know what? I don't blame you for that. I didn't miss you, but I don't blame you for that. I mean, definitely face. YouTube has gotten somewhat better, but I do get the whole like you know taking a break from August. That is among the funniest comments I've seen all night. Among the funniest comments. I agree that Dante should have been told. On the other hand, being or Italian, I know that no one stays out of the other's business. It would have been impossible to make a choice of her own, which she has every right to make. Respect your opinion. And yes, you have a great night, Lorby. It was great to see you. I guess I'll see you this weekend, maybe in Jabot stream. Members, we got a lot to talk about this week. I actually sat there and threw one of these. Uh, Where the hell did I throw that cap at? You too. You too, Lorby. You too. I swear. Okay, so during my yes, you have a good night too, Davlin. Thank you for joining tonight. It was really great to see you, and I hope I get to see you in the next one. I could have swore I threw a bottle cap on that further. Have a good night, Island. Thank you for joining. It was great to see you. I could have swore I threw my bottle cap a lot further. Okay. Um, that's weird. But shit, yes. Like I wasn't drunk. I know that I throw that goddamn bottle cap a lot further than I intend on. I don't really. Okay. Justin says, "Do you think Philip will wake up next week?" It's possible, but I think they may also be dealing with the John fallout too. Because if you saw the previews, you know exactly what's going to happen. Right? Like I think they're going to be busy with the John stuff, and maybe he'll wake up the week after. I don't know. Everything with the John stuff kind of like. I mean, the thing is, like, I know that the actor kind of prepared for this. You know, John, what did you thought of the John? What did you thought of the John scenes? Shakira says, "Was B&B good today?" Um, no, no, it really was not. Shakira, you can either skip that shit or put that last. YNR was good. B&B was good. GH was good. Um, Beyond the Gates was okay. I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, if we had to skip that one, I would sit there and say that too. But I also did a review on it if you watch Beyond the Gates. B&B you can skip. Beyond the Gates you can skip if you want. Didn't really do much. I don't know. Listen, I'm still kind of putting that shit at the low end of the totem pole until they start doing a little bit better. And don't get me wrong, B&B is not really that much. Well, B&B does have a couple of good episodes, so I will give them that much. Josh, Shakira says just days and G. Just Shakira says just days, YNR and GH. Yes, yes, absolutely, yes, without a fucking doubt, Shakira. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Even the Michael Bowen agrees with me, Shakira. Seriously. Um, Justin says it was interesting to see how they're writing John off without Drake actually being there. Jonathan, if I actually had time to sit there and do a review on it, I don't know how I feel about it. I know that they had to do it, right? And like I said, I process death when it comes towards actors a little bit differently. Yes, and that yes, thank you, Jonathan. Before you the fucking Michael Ballman. Yes, it's nice that they got to sit there and got a chance to write him off as a hero, somebody who died saving his friend's life and is going to save other people's lives, right? That's a good thing. That's not to get too sappy, but that's a beautiful thing, right? So that's good. You know what? Fuck it. Never mind. I'm not even gonna bother to sit there and say my criticism for some of the stuff that I saw. But I think they did what they had to do in the best of circumstances. Yeah, that's what I would sit there and say. Yep, that's what I'm going with. Best under very difficult circumstances. It's funny. Like I saw it this morning when I during my break and everything like that, and on the way home. Also, we saw Julie. Okay, okay. Thank you, Jonathan. This is something that I don't understand. Did they transfer Bo's body to Salem Hospital? Because Hope got there hella fast, right? So they transfer. Okay, so they must have transferred Bo's body to Salem Hospital. Why? He was already in a he was already in a hospital. Why did they transfer his like? Okay, I know I'm kind of nitpicking a little bit, but like when I saw Hope actually there to sit there and help with getting into the meth lab, I was like, how did you get here so fast? Wasn't you like I don't know, wherever Bo's body originally was. Like it just I didn't understand how. Yeah, Sierra was on today, and I'm gonna be honest, Shakira, her acting was actually worse. I don't know if she was ever a strong actor to begin with out of Salem or a nearby town. No, it was Salem because we did sit there and see Kayla and administer some sort of drug to sit there and kind of keep both Bo alive a little bit longer. And again, Jonathan, I know I'm kind of nitpicking, but part of me was just like, you see what I'm saying, though, right? Like, I know a lot happened, and I know they had to sit there and shoot this episode kind of last minute and whatever, in a sense. And so I can get past a lot of it. But I'm also just like, maybe it's a nitpicker in me or the reviewer in me, but I'm just like, wasn't he like in Germany or somewhere? Okay, we're doing Bo's last rites. Okay, that really sucks. I wonder how they're gonna sit there and get the drug to him in time. Well, it just so happens that he's actually in Salem. He's just in Salem Hospital. Um, when did that take place? Like that's the part where it threw me because I was like, how did Hope get there so fast to sit there and help out with this double lock mechanism? I mean, come on, John. I cannot have been the only person that sat there and looked at them and like seriously, I cannot have been the only person that was just like, okay. Salem University Hospital. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Salem University Hospital. And that's just probably one of those times where I just tend to, be a little nitpicky, but it still threw me off though. Let's see. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna set the end of the stream here because I do gotta get up somewhat early. Not as early as yesterday, but like an hour more early than I normally probably do. So I'm gonna end the stream here. But I do want to thank everyone for joining us. This is actually a lot of fun. I miss that I do miss that they're doing these streams. Even though it was only like one day, like even though I took like one rest night, I still didn't miss that they're doing the stream. So yes, Ed, I will see you on Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna sit there and stream here. I do want to thank everyone for joining us. This is a hell of a lot of fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Joe says, I can you tell Kai? Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely, Joe. Angelique. I've been calling you Joe all night. I've literally been calling you, but yes, I will. Have a night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a night, Ed. Have a night, Joe. Have a night, Jonathan. Um, Jonathan says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chopper Dog Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan, to Michael Bowen, to my Victor Effing Newman. Have a night, Shakira. Thank you for joining tonight. And Cat Lady says, "Good night, everyone. See you on Monday." Yes, we will definitely see you on Monday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a night, Black Mod, aka Mr. GQ. Have a night, Kai Ron. Have a night, Ron. Okay, now we got Kai Ron and we got Ron. That's not gonna that's not gonna be confusing at all. Have a night, Ron. Johnson says, "Join us next time for another edition." Oh no, Johnson says, "Good night, everyone," and hit the like button. Yes, hit that fucking like button. Beat that like button's ass. Bringing it back, baby. Bringing it back. Have a night, Tech. Thank you for joining. Have a night, my gorgeous queen cat lady. Have a night, cherry ice cream. Um, have a night, LaShanta. Have a night, LaShawn. And anybody else, you know who you are. And I will sit there and see everybody else Monday. Members, I will sit there and see tomorrow. I will sit there and have a fun time. Yes, and yeah, please do feel better. Yeah, I hope you do feel better, cherry ice cream. One day at a time, seriously. My thoughts are in your prayers. Brockway says, "So no social will be airing on Monday but Tuesday." That's a good question. That's a good question. Days will probably be on Monday. I know. Listen, if I could, I mean, even if I could sit here and try to figure out how it would work for members, I don't know if you would actually. I think you might, listen, I'll try to figure it out tomorrow on how to send like random memberships. I'll figure it out tomorrow for you. Fucking YouTube. I'm not, trust me, Kelly, I'm not happy about this shit out of there. If I could try to do something, I definitely will. Have a nice Shakira. Yeah, Mondays is a holiday, so like, I'm assuming days is on. Don't quote me on that. But, all right, everyone. I'll sit there and see you on the next stream. Laters.